Hey folks, Lane here from Ancestral Recall. I did not really get to filming any of the scripts I wrote in the last year, but I did write two scripts. I am pretty psyched about that. T- but I just got back from Pinball League tonight. Did real well. I took my makeup off, so I'm not at my most glamorous, but I just want to say a couple things about the new Star Trek set. So it's coming out later this year, and I am a goddamn huge Trek fangirl. Trek is my very first fandom. I used to watch it every Saturday night from around 8 to 11:30 while I was waiting for SNL to come on in the mid and late 80s. And my grandfather was a huge fan, and my dad was a fan. And we would talk about the moral dilemmas and the serious drama that was in the series. And my very first con that I went to was a Star Trek convention in 86, 87 in Scranton. And I remember seeing props from the show like Klingon pain disruptors. It's just a plastic triangle, goofy shit with a little red button on it. I mean, fake as hell, but it didn't, old screen TV is not a ton of resolution. It didn't have to be perfect. But I just want to say that there's a lot of negativity about this set because it doesn't look like Magic cards. It looks a little different in art style. And I say, yeah, you're right, it does. But I think that what we are seeing is honestly a lot of homage to the science fiction covers, novel covers, magazine covers of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s of stuff that was made by fans as well as licensed books and magazines. Because that stuff did kept going primarily by women through the first 3 decades of the show's history until we got the rebirth with Next Generation. And during that time, there were so many novels. There's like 400, 500 Star Trek novels, each of them with kind of not super expensive, not photorealistic art. And I feel like the art style that we are seeing in a lot of the basic set treatments, as well as some of the premium treatments, is reminiscent of that era of visual design. And it's kind of an obscure thing unless you're a goddamn old fogeyist like me. But I think there's a frame of reference there. I don't think this happens myself. I think it's unlikely. But, gosh, it was about 25 years ago. I was listening to Henry Rollins, former singer of Black Flag Rollins Band. He's aging alternative icon, kind of like me. Yeah, right. But he was talking about doing a song with William Shatner, I Can't Get Behind That, and going over to a party at Shatner's house. And he went into Shatner's garage, and he saw hundreds and hundreds of wrapped up oil paintings and fan paintings, big fancy art. And he said, like, Shatner didn't want to throw them out, but he didn't want his house to look completely egotistical and be a shrine to himself. Because, yeah, that people who know Shatner's personal life, he is a bit of an egomaniac, but he has limits to how he displays it. He's not that crazy, but he didn't want to throw all the stuff fans sent him. So it was all piled up in a massive garage. And there's this huge archive of fan art that has been archived in magazines from that era that has never been uploaded to the internet. But I'm sure that WotC did some legwork and talked to some Trek archivists and historians and art collectors. And what we're seeing in this design is really that period of art getting brought back. And it's different than a lot of card art today, but Trek has a lot of influence from pulps and 50s science fiction. Far Beyond the Stars is it's hard to say it's my favorite Trek episode, but it's not my favorite DS9 episode, and DS9 is my series, but I feel it is it is such a meaningful episode written and directed by Avery Brooks, dealing with mid-20th century racism and the trials and tribulations of black men dreaming about the future. And it's a really powerful story, and I really hope that we get to see Far Beyond the Stars as a saga, because it's a powerful episode, and I think everyone should see it. And yeah, it's a Trek episode which uses the M word, and it's fully appropriate for the performers using it. And it's hard-hitting, real goddamn drama, and won a bunch of awards. And I think that is also part of the Trek history that if you're just watching stuff streaming on Paramount Plus, you're missing that. So anyway, I just want to give out a huge kudos, and it seems like a lot of people are bitching and moaning because it's not their idea of what magic should look like. And back in the days, my past self did an episode of my Ancestral Recall show talking about the Star Trek CCG. And I feel like this set is done with so much more love and so much more passion than that game from everything I see. And I'm really excited about it. And I just want to get my voice out there to contrast with a lot of negativity. So live long and prosper. And here is the Hamsa, or the sign of the Kohanim that Nimoy adapted for use with people. So I hope y'all are doing great. Oh, I don't know if you've seen my Karlak ink, but I want to show it off. Thanks so much, folks. Thanks for listening to me blather unscripted, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.